We should be on the internet. We're probably on the internet. I think we're streaming. And you can probably see our faces. I don't know. I'm not checking Twitch. I'm not going to even bother to check Twitch. I'm living on the edge. I don't even need any of that. All right. Yeah. That's Michaela. That's exactly how I feel about all of it. Um,
It's the internet. Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, this is Secrets of the Scorpion Crown, the finale on the Greyhawk channel. Now, for those who don't understand what this show is, I don't know, tuning in at the wrong time. I'm sorry, this is a bad time for you to step in. But we're usually, or have been, a show that broadcasts on Saturdays from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on this channel, the Greyhawk channel. And we are a BX D&D game, which is the old rule system published in 1981 as sort of the introductory companion to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, which was released alongside it. It's a fun rule system, but it's very difficult and it's very punishing. I have killed so many people. I don't know what the kill count is, but before the end of the episode, I'm going to look it up. And then hopefully it'll get added to before we finish. Now, as I said, this is not a normal time. We had a little bit of weird scheduling conflicts, so we're playing now. And I want to give a really quick and very large thank you to the very good people from Starlight Society, which broadcast normally at 8 p.m. On this day on this channel. I asked them if we could go from a 6:30 to 8:30 slot, and they graciously allowed us to do so. So thank you so much, Starlight Society. So you saved our butts. It was so nice of you to do that. Really appreciate it. And hey, if you're watching this, stick around until 8:30, and you can see the finale of Starlight Society. Why not? It's a good show. Very nice people. So now I've got to talk about my obligation to this channel, which is those good sponsors that we've got. So let's jump into that real quick. Hey, big special thanks to all of our sponsors. First and foremost, those Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. Without you folks, this channel wouldn't be able to go. I wouldn't be here. So huge thank you to you. Up next, we have Roll20. The Greyhawk channel is officially supported by Roll20. You can go to roll20.net to get onto this great virtual tabletop. It can be free, or you can pay for a subscription to get access to all sorts of additional features. But even with the free one, you can still place maps, get that virtual battle map on there, import tokens, do all sorts of really cool stuff. So check it out. It's a great free tool for running RPGs on the internet. Up next, we have Heroic Maps. They are the official battle map sponsor of the Greyhawk channel. You can go to DriveThruRPG to download their more than 300 high-quality maps. Get those maps, import them into Roll20. It's perfect. You've done it. You've done it all. So, up next, I want to talk really quickly about Tabletop Loot. You can go to tabletoploot.com and enter Greyhawk in the coupon code box and get 15% off your next dice order. That is a free 15% off. Why not? Just go for it. Dice are great. Get some more of them. And finally, hey, those Patreon supporters and Twitch subs, they're given to the channel. And if you're one of them, you should know that the channel is ready to give back to you. If you go over to the private section of the Greyhawk channel Discord, you can find coupon codes for ruinc.com and Cantrip Candles. So why not take advantage of that little thank you for all the great support that you offer the Greyhawk channel. Now let's get back to our players. Wow, here we are. I'm the DM, I'm Lex, and now we're going to go around and we're going to hear from the players who they are and what they're playing this one last time. So let's start with Wild Engineer.
Yes, hello. I'm Wild Engineer, and I am playing Emil, the halfling who loves to fight.
Nice. Emil, been with us since the beginning. Real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan, someone whose characters have not been with us since the beginning.
No, Jordan has lost many characters. I'm Jordan, and I am playing Anger, the cleric of Weejas. And we are deep in a tomb and confused. So hopefully Kingsmill translates some runes.
All right. Up next, we have Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela, also known as McBeats42 around the webs. And today, as long as it's okay with you, I've been kind of switching primary characters, but I would love to play Elson, who has been here since the beginning.
Yeah. All right.
Elson's a cleric.
Elson the cleric, yes, with a powerful staff.
Yes, he has a great staff.
Let's move over to the player that Elson has used that staff on, Davis.
Hello, I'm Davis, also known as Onion, and also known as Cornwall. I mean, Cramble. Cornwall's another character. Don't worry about that. Cramble and Onions. I mean, Onion. It's been a long ride for Onions. Lost his first initial trusty companion. Now he's got a Cramble that loves towers. What more could you ask for? He's survived, whereas most of his friends are dead.
And he's got a burly belt.
Dead. Randall's dead. Everybody's dead.
So many bodies.
So many bodies.
Hey, so the party has ventured far and wide across the Bright Desert. I'm gonna pull up the map right now because I got a gosh dang map, and I drew a bunch of dotted lines on it, so you're gonna see it. The party has traveled far and wide across the Bright Desert, currently controlled by Rary, the traitor to the Circle of Eight, a real bad boy archmage. The party's mission was to go in here and find the Scorpion Crown, a fabled artifact that Rary was looking for, and their whole deal was to find it before he did and destroy it, get rid of it, something. Now, they had some false starts on figuring out where Enmakar, the lost city containing the crown, was, but they did eventually find it. Unfortunately, not before a nasty Arcanoloth also discovered that information. That Arcanoloth was known as the Crimson Duke and has a really cool red cloak, thus the name. So, the party has ventured all the way to Enmakar, delved deep into these dungeons through a hidden passage, and has found all sorts of things: mummies, gnolls, a really chill genie. What else did they find? An illusionary boulder. They loved that. The players love the illusionary boulder. Please do it with all your players, DMs out there. They love it. It's great. And some other fun things. So now they're trying to figure out. Oh, that's what I want to mention. They have found 2 out of 3, seemingly, red gemstones that all seem to fit into a sort of central wheel thing around a big pool of water. They need to figure out where that 3rd gemstone is. Who knows where it could be? I do. It's me. I know exactly where it is. But anyway, let's... Jordan has left, unfortunately. So, that's fine. There he is. Okay. Let's jump into it here. You guys are down in this deep, dark dungeon made of black basalt. It's dusty. It's sandy. There are scorpions and scarab beetles crawling through the cracks in the walls. And as you stand around each other, you hear another boom from somewhere to the south beyond the unopened entrance to the dungeon? Yes, the dungeon.
I'm assuming we need to find another gem, but I'm hesitant about that because they've all been evil. Yes.
Well, this is Elson speaking. My two retainers have two of the evil gems. I could take the third. So what could go wrong, really? We have to find the way out of here. We have to find the Scorpion Crown. If that's the way to do it, I don't see that we really have a choice.
Could you describe the room we're in again, Lex?
This large central chamber is how high did I say? It's like, I think it's like 30 feet high, domed chamber. The walls of which are and ceiling are covered in this cuneiform or cuneiform writing. To the north, there is a bronze door. It has no hinges, no handles, nothing like that. It's basically just a bronze slab over a doorway. To the south is a bronze door with clear handles, hinges, all that stuff, but it is barred. To the east and west, there are hallways, but go off in those directions. You've explored both of them. But have you explored them all? Yes. No. I can't tell you.
And there's a device that we can turn, correct?
Oh, yes. The center of the room contains a large pool of water encompassed by two stone wheels. One of them, the outer wheel, both wheels are covered in writing. The outer wheel, you noticed when you turned it, the whole dungeon shook. Sand fell from the ceiling and things seemed to move. The inner wheel you have not been able to turn yet, although you notice that it has 3 gemstone sized and shaped indentations where these strange red gemstones you've been finding seem to fit. And I think Jordan is frozen. Oh, no, he's back. Good. Excellent. I talked my way through it.
Because my internet froze for a second.
There we go. So you probably didn't hear some of what I just said.
Correct.
Good. Okay. So we've got a pool in the middle of the room, 2 wheels encompassing it. The outer wheel you've been able to turn, and when you did so, the whole dungeon shook. Things seemed to move around. And the inner wheel has, you have not been able to turn, but it has 3 gemstone indentations, 2 of which are filled and glowing red.
Do we want to try turning the wheel, or do we want to just keep exploring? I feel like we explored the west fully, came to a dead end. There were knolls, of which we put them in a sandbox full of undead mummies, so they're probably fine. I'm not feeling too well, by the way. I've got this this mummy rot going on.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't. Is there anyone I can fix mummy rot?
Yeah, let me see if I have it. Anything. Whoa.
What does mummy rot do again?
You can't heal.
Right.
Did you say that the pond was lighting up as well, or?
Yeah, the pool of water does seem to be glowing, lighting up as these gemstones are placed along its perimeter.
Are there any markings that it looks like we should, like with the gemstones in place, turning the wheel in a certain direction would, I don't know, like I'm looking for, I guess, markings on the inner wheel and markings on the outer wheel and seeing if something lines up?
It looks like different words line up in different places. So like right now there's the outer wheel, like certain phrases are lined up with different phrases on the inner wheel. If you'd like to turn it and line different phrases up with different phrases, you can. Kingsmill can be like, yo, I can read some of these, but not all of them, because honestly it's just really, it's hard. This is a very dead language, you guys.
Any assistance, Kingsmill, would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, well, let's
Now
see.
read.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Let's see here. We've got, so do you remember how I was talking to you about how there's a reference on the walls to a soul gem? I don't know what that means.
Isn't there? You said there's one more door left, right?
Yeah, it talks about how there's another door, but I don't see another door. There's let's see here.
You're telling me there's 5 doors in this room, or just the 4 that we see?
I mean, I only see 4. There's also that entrance in the ceiling. Does the pool of water count as another door? I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, maybe that amulet I gave you will help open that door. I mean, what's his name? That's what Randall's amulet was for. Opening doors or something.
Well, it's to find hidden doors, but I just don't recommend going through the gelatinous thing. It didn't seem to go very well for Rue.
Remind me, Jordan, did you find a gem in that room, or did you just leave?
Wait, which voice is Rue? This is my normal voice. I have
all I remember is Sen is the anime boy.
That is the anime one. Okay, so Rue's just like, I didn't find a gem. I just stuck my hand in the thing though, and it went numb, and it did not feel good.
And that room was a dead end, correct?
Yeah, on the other side of it was the doorway that had been bricked up. We were thinking if we turned back time, we could maybe go through that doorway, but that's kind of a high risk. We could just die of old age.
Are you still floating in token, by the way?
Am I what?
Floating and toking.
Oh, Rue is also has just been mutely following everyone around until this point.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, Rue is literally high as a kite.
I forgot. So Rue is
invisible too.
Yeah,
so
invisible.
Smoke trail.
Yeah, a cloud of smoke floating near the ceiling is the only indication of where Rue is.
With an upside down Cramble murmuring about towers.
Yeah, because Cramble is also levitating, but just not invisible next to Rue.
Kingsmill, do you see any markings about the scorpion crown in this room?
Oh yeah, no. There's mention of that. It talks about how the crown is worn by Shadados forever. That sounds weird. And it is the source of... Ooh, these ones are newer. The source of his great despair. Oh, that's not good. And curse. There's a curse, everyone. This place is cursed. Great. I love it.
Thanks, I hate it.
I mean, I've been able to walk around just fine, so it's not that bad.
It's not that cursed. Giant scorpion man came out of nowhere and almost killed us.
It ran away. It didn't almost kill me.
So where should we go from here?
You know what's worked out really well for me is just turning these wheels. Let's just keep turning these wheels.
Keep turning them. All right. Do you wanna? So the wheel was originally turned. Let me check my notes. Notes from session 9. Counterclockwise. Would you like to continue turning it counterclockwise, reset it, or reset it then turn it clockwise?
Just keep turning it clockwise, I guess.
Counterclockwise, you mean?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, you continue turning it, and as you do so, once again, the whole place shakes, and you hear stone grinding against stone, and you turn it a full rotation counterclockwise, and 2 things happen. Wait, 3 things happen. No, 2 things happen. The first thing that happens is you see from the side of your vision, you see that big bronze door that didn't have handles or hinges or anything, moves away, but it looks like it's not that the door is opening so much as it's as if that whole area is just rotating away from you. And as the wheel continues to turn, a hallway rotates into place right there. So there is now a north passage that you can walk down. It's just not the same as the north passage that you were trying to open before. The other thing that happens is you hear a horrible crashing sound. It's as if this place is falling apart because its weird gear mechanisms are very old and don't work well anymore. And when that happens, a huge chunk of wall and ceiling falls away. I need everyone to make a save. I'm sorry, everyone who is on the ground to make a save versus paralysis.
Okay.
So, my amulet of protection gives me +2 to saving throws.
Yep.
Is that? I want to roll under, so it would be a literal +2. So that instead of a 14, I have a 16.
With saving throws, you want to.
Or I want to roll over.
You want to roll over, so you're adding
So
+2 to your d20.
Oh, I'm adding +2 to my d20. Okay.
Yep.
Nope. 14. Oh, 14. That's what I rolled.
No, 14. 14.
There you go. I was looking at the wrong one.
There you go. So anger rolls deftly out of the way.
Are you kidding me?
Elson made it with flying colors. Sen just barely made it.
Under my paralysis, turn to stone.
Over that number.
Over that. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
not
if
bad.
I ask for an ability check, then you want to roll under your stat. If it's a saving throw, you want to roll over.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a 12. That's an 11.
Okay.
Email.
is that?
Email.
Is that good? Was I supposed to roll over or under?
You're supposed to roll over.
Oh. I rolled a 12. I have an 11.
Good. That's good.
Okay.
Email rolled under 8.
Ooh. Emil. So everyone dives out of the way as rock falls on one side of the room. Emil and Kingsmill, however, are not quite quick enough. Oh. Well. Take 2 points of damage.
Oh, wow.
You literally took the least you could possibly have gotten.
Greta.
Kingsmill, however, is you're both pinned beneath rubble. Kingsmill is severely injured.
Oh no.
I'm out of healing. I used it to help Sen, I think.
We have 3 potions. 3 here.
Oh, we have potions.
Me too.
I started moving rubble away to get Kingsmill and them freed.
Do you want to use your potion? Because I can also still cast a cure wounds.
Kingsmail, how you feeling?
I'm in a lot of pain. I think my leg is broken.
You think you can stick it out?
Please get me out from under here. I'm going to be crushed to death.
Anand will go. Anand will try and lift the thing to free her.
Anand has a belt of giant strength.
He does.
You succeed.
Yeah.
So Anand just like hefts the stone. Hup, hup, hup. Puts it down.
Hup. Yep, says hup.
No.
Can Emo try to push the stones on him over to the side?
Sure. Roll a strength ability thing. Now you want to roll under.
It's not gonna happen. Oh, it did happen. Aha.
You did it. So yeah, Emil uses his Napoleonic strength and just pushes those rocks off of his tiny form and rolls out. And everyone is not fine, but safe enough. You see a chasm has opened up from this section of wall and ceiling fallen away. Looks like just leading off into darkness. And as you look down at, you just hear can people hear that?
Run. I think we need to run to the north And I say that we're gonna run to the north. I don't like this. And with my flaming mace as a light source, I go very quickly.
Sure. Everyone goes. The whole group. Does someone grab the rope of Cramble? Because wasn't Cramble tied to a rope? I'm pretty sure that's how we were getting Cramble around.
Cramble is tied to a rope.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grabs.
Wait,
Cramble.
do we need to carry Kingsmill as well? Because of her broken leg, or did we heal her? Did I miss that?
No one has healed her yet. She's
Oh.
just no longer trapped under rubble. So you would need to carry
I
her
can just-
currently.
Cast the cure wounds, right?
Sure. If you want.
It just takes a moment. So yeah, I'll do that. It's a D6 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, 7.
Oh, snap. Okay. So yeah, Elson crouches down towards Kingsmill and just puts his hands on her leg that's bent in a not good direction. And sort of the hands glow. There's sort of a heavenly choir that we hear singing in the distance. And Kingsmill's leg straightens out and resets and seems to heal up. And then she sort of bends it a little bit. She's like, "Oh, that's fine." It's almost as if that's the exact amount of damage I took. Wow. that was great. Let's, yeah, I don't like that sound. And you just are hearing these weird whispers like, the food is in here.
Yeah, run fast.
And you run to the north. Let's pull open my notes. Very nice. You run down a hallway, your flaming mace illuminating what looks to be hieroglyphic-like carvings depicting figures in profile, complete different tasks. You catch a glimpse of many of them are holding jewelry boxes. And several of them, the jewelry boxes are like open, and in relief you can see gemstone scorpions that are actually separate from the carving. They look like they are like these really finely crafted little like golden scorpions with like gemstone eyes and like gems inlaid along their back that have just been affixed to the wall, but you could probably like dig them out if you tried.
Do we feel like we're being followed or chased?
You hear sounds from the main chamber, but you are not sure. Actually, I'm sorry. Somebody roll me a listen if you'd like to. There are things for this.
I think that Steve has a good listen. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's like
I have listening at doors, but I don't think that applies here.
I would apply it here. It is technically for doors, but that's okay.
I have
Hear
listened
noise
to
3 and
music.
6.
Does that apply?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jordan?
I said I have listening to music. Does that apply?
That's not.
Okay.
Leave the game now. Okay, so yeah, we've got we've got a 3 and 6 for the thief, and the halfling has what, like a 2 and 6?
2 and 6. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can both roll if you'd like.
I rolled a 3.
There you did it, because that was one to do the numbers you needed.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Well, I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6.
It's 1, 2, 3 for you, and it would be 1 and 2 for Immol. So Immol, you can't quite hear anything over the sort of din of everybody sort of scampering down the hallway, but Anand does hear something, and it sounds like sort of like a creaking sound, like something is opening, and followed by some shouting. But it doesn't sound like anything is right behind you.
Guys, I think something's right behind us.
I look over my shoulder like, what? As I'm trying to pry a scorpion out of the wall.
Hey, you're trying to pry a scorpion out of the wall.
Oh.
Make a I'm sorry, I'm brain farting real hard. Make a strength check. Strength check.
I rolled an 11. My strength is 12.
You succeeded. You pry
Yes.
one of these gemstone scorpions off the wall. You sort of turn it over in your hand and it glitters, and then it starts to shudder and shake, and the gold plating breaks off, and an actual scorpion jumps out and onto your skin and immediately begins trying to burrow into your flesh.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Did I tell you guys that this campaign was inspired by Brendan Fraser's The Mummy?
Can I use the flame of my
Again? Lex.
mace to try and burn it out of my skin?
You certainly can. Let's see here. You
can't keep getting away with it.
I won't let you keep getting away with this. Okay, so this thing is under your skin and crawling up your arm. It really would make more sense if it was a scarab, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you try and take the mace to that. So roll to hit.
That's a 9.
No. So you are trying to burn this thing and you get it while it's like moving really quickly and but you sort of hesitate because you're about to burn yourself. Also, you're using a large circular flaming object against a pinpoint area on your skin, which is just really not a good use of that weapon.
Well, thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, you should be ashamed. So so you find it hard to hit it exactly, but you do not burn yourself.
Okay.
The thing is now crawling up towards your chest cavity. Would anyone else like to try and do something?
Get it off, get it off, get it off!
No.
Anand will punch him in the chest.
I'll punch it out of you.
I can try and stab it, Anger. You want me to try and stab it?
I would like
that would
it
actually
off.
be a good way to get it out. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, out of your skin? Out of your body?
I'll try and stab it.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
All right.
And Anger dies.
I rolled an 11, but it's a +2 dagger. Does that do anything?
It adds +2 daggers, add +2 to hit.
Okay. So it's 11 plus 2.
13, which is enough. So it's just this thing where you're trying to get with your mace and you're like, this is a not optimal weapon for this situation. And then it's crawling and it's up past your shoulder, and Immel just jumps in and stabs you right there. So Wild Engineer, roll your damage that gets dealt to Anger.
It's 3 of 1d4 damage. Nice.
Was your plan all along to have us kill each other at the end?
It was. That was actually the real enemy is you. But the dagger goes right through this creature, and you're able to, with a yank, tear it out. And you see there's this sort of bloody wound that Anger is now clutching around his chest. Impaled on the end of the dagger is this this scorpion that sort of writhes a little bit, and then its legs curl up and it dies. Because there's no way that you can't deal enough damage to kill it. But I still need to know how much damage you deal to deal that to Anger.
So
Would you say that the wound looks angry?
Lose 3,000 experience points.
I was about to say, she gets to stay in the game? What? Anger's he's not looking too good, especially after that.
maybe you should drink one of your potions after that.
I've got the mummy rot.
Got the mummy rot.
Can't heal.
Can't heal.
Oh.
Not unless you heal the mummy rot. How do
Oh,
you
no.
heal the mummy rot? I'm actually going to look that up right now for myself.
Well, if you
I
can't
think
use
it's
a
like
potion,
a remove disease, but that's like a 4th level cleric
I think
spell.
it is. Yeah, I looked it up last time.
Why would our DM put something in the game that we can't counter? I
No.
don't understand.
I'm sorry, the disease can only be removed by magic. It does not specify what magic removes it, which I think is supposed to mean that it's open-ended.
What?
Well, I think it means that if you have a spell, if you can make an argument for a spell to remove the disease.
Cure wounds?
Cure wounds actually doesn't just cure wounds, so there is kind of an argument there. Hold on.
Can I
It
use my
cures
magic
paralysis.
Oh, it cures the subject to paralysis, and
And it does inflict wounds, so you could say that it is inflicting a wound upon the rod, thus relieving the body of it.
Gotta smack the rod out.
Ow!
Or I can use my magic dagger and stab the disease out of you.
Magic dagger.
Dagger.
Oh yeah, it cures paralysis. That's the other thing that cure wounds does.
If you use a magical weapon, does that work against disease?
No. Not, I like where your head's at, but no.
are potions considered magical?
I mean, they are magic. I would say that I'd let you use a Cure Light Wounds spell to do it. I don't, because potions only heal. They don't have that extra ability, the removing paralysis effect or what have you. So I probably wouldn't rule that they would do it.
Does anybody have Cure Light Wounds? Yeah? Are you willing to
I
share
do,
that?
but how important? So I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and pointedly nod at Anger and say, how important is Anger to the party? What does Anger bring to the table? I have a
Yikes.
limited spell supply.
Hear from above. Oh, damn!
I mean, he's got that nice mace. That's kind of cool.
He's holding onto some spell slots as well that will be helpful if we have to fight anything. So Anger is, I mean, I meant like a terrible job interview. What would you say you do here, Anger? And I'm like, well,
I didn't ask you.
damn it.
No, okay, that's fine.
You go into a group huddle excluding Anger.
That's all fine.
It's like we all stop and like look at him, and then go back to talking.
It's like, Anger's a cleric, right? Can he just
No,
heal himself?
I will confirm my spell via high five.
Sweet.
Cool. Boom.
Does it just remove the mummy rot, or do I also get healed?
Yeah, you can get healed.
Anand is also
Nope.
like, hey, I also have mummy rot.
Hey, this is not because I have anything against Anger, but I rolled a 1, so you get 2 hit points.
2 hit points. Sweet.
But you can now heal again. So
That's, yeah.
I also have mummy rot, says Anand.
Do you, Onion? Do you?
If you want to know what I bring to the party, it's that I'm really strong.
No.
Onion flexes.
Also,
I mean, we did an arm wrestle. We did do an arm wrestle. This is my last diggity dang spell, so you better appreciate it, and I will high five you too.
we got pots.
How many pots do we have?
Yeah, how many potions do we have? 2?
I don't remember.
You have two
How much do
healing.
they
You have
heal?
two
What-
healing potions, and then
1d6?
1d. I think it's 1d6 plus 1 for the potions.
How much did I heal, by the way?
You got 3, and no mummy rot.
3.
I only roll
and
well for Kingsmill, apparently.
Good.
Kingsman's
No.
like, yeah, I'm the best.
I may need to use a potion at some point. Just letting y'all know.
So you can hear now from the distance back from that main chamber, the sounds of battle ensuing. Do you continue down this hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue down the hallway. I mean, there's a bunch more of those golden scorpions. Does anyone want to take any more of those out of the wall? Nobody?
Yep. Yeah, you just go to hell.
No. Okay, so let's see. You enter into a medium-sized chamber, probably 30 feet by 30 feet, circular. Or I'm sorry, no, it is circular. The floor is divided by these large tiles. There are 9 of them in total. So 8 surrounding a central one. On the central one is a pedestal. On the pedestal is a... I can never remember what the name for this thing is, but you know in Beauty and the Beast, the pedestal that has the rose on it, and there's like that glass covering for it? You know what I'm talking about. You've all seen Disney's Beauty and the Beast, I'm sure. It's a cultural touchstone. So... what you see inside this pedestal is a red gemstone, identical to the ones you've already found. The glass covering over it, again, like Beauty and the Beast, is there. And the gemstone seems to be glowing. It seems as if the light on it sort of refracts off of the glass case and sort of hits off of the walls as if... alive. It's almost strobe light like. It's kind of like flashing and hitting in different places.
Looks like the light is alive.
Yeah, it almost seems as if it's moving. I mean, it seems like magic. Basically, it's not behaving like light normally would.
Oh, I don't know. This room seems kind of weird, y'all. What do you think? Do you want to try floating over?
We can try floating. Anger, I'll check the walls and just kind of like see if there's any, I don't know. Not that I'm looking for secret passages, but just like where the light's touching the wall. Is it different or...
The light as you're entering, so the light sort of flashes a bit more, and it seems to shoot out and hit sort of different sections of the room, roughly hitting where the different tiles. As you enter, it hits a tile on the other side of the room from you, and you're checking the walls, and the walls don't... It seems just like bare worked stone. Nothing particularly special about
They're not like scorched or burnt or anything.
No, nothing like that.
I'll step back out of the room.
Sure.
Is there a pattern that I'm noticing?
If you stand there and watch the light, you see that it's hitting different tiles, but it doesn't seem to be at any pattern. It seems to be random.
Floaty boys, do you want to float over?
Y'all
Yeah,
wanna?
sure, I can float over.
Hey! Stop! You're holding too long. Pass.
It's past,
sorry.
pass.
Come on.
Two.
Two of them.
There you go. Yeah, I'll go over. I got my rod. My little...
Hold on. I'll hold on.
pole.
I'll hold on to your.
You're like a gondolier in the air.
Yep.
You're just kind of like...
I'll tie myself to you. That's better.
Okay, so you just see the rope around nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys start floating into the room, the two of you. You're floating across the section of the room slowly. The light flashes over 2 other sections of the room, not ones you are currently in the area of. You make it to the glass pedestal.
The pedal stool.
What do? You're floating above it.
What
And
do you guys want us to do?
Get the gem.
Yeah, sure. We'll get the gem.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
I will go for the gem.
Okay, so you need to grab that grab that glass thing off of there.
Yeah.
So you grab that glass thing, and you feel very strange. I need you to make a save versus petrification again.
Oh no.
In hindsight, we should have probably put a bag over it.
Don't know.
Rolled a 5.
Oh, 5.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So you are. So this is Rue. So Rue is floating and invisible. There's just a cloud in that area. Rue knows that they reach out to grab this thing, and they do so, and in doing so, they feel this pull, and it's as if their life force is being sucked out of their body. And they feel themselves
Too high.
Yeah, you're too high. You got way too high. You feel yourself being pulled out towards this thing and shrinking. Everyone else can't see what's going on. You, however, when sort of you're still kind of in a haze from all that old Toby, but you look around now and you realize you're standing on your own 2 feet. And you are standing next to the red gemstone within the glass case. And the gemstone is like giant. You're like very, very small. But you still can't see yourself because you're still... Or actually, you would be able to see yourself. This is weird the way this works when it's an invisible character. You look down at your hands and stuff, and you're like translucent and like glimmery. Everyone else can see. Basically, there's a weird sound that happens. You don't see exactly what's going on, and then you see within, or I should say specifically, Cramble sees inside this sort of bell jar thing is just a tiny Rue, just a little bit of Rue, just standing there, a little translucent spirit Rue, just waving at.
Are you okay?
Just,
What?
you notice that your the other end of your rope that was tied to Rue is still tied to something.
I reach out to touch whatever my rope is tied to.
It seems like there's a body there, like Rue's body. You're poking at it. Finally. Okay, cool. The light flashes again and encompasses you. Make me a save versus petrification.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Is that turned to stone?
Yes.
17.
You did it. So you feel your life force attempt to be dragged out of your body, like through your eyes and your mouth. And everyone else can kind of see this too, is like some sort of spiritual energy just starts sort of like being pulled toward this bell jar as if by a magnet. But you just sort of like grind your teeth and use your willpower to resist it and pull your face away, and you're not sucked inside. I'm too high for this. I'm leaving.
I'll take Rue's gondola stick. And I'll start pushing us back.
Okay.
What's going on over there?
Guys, there were 2 Rues.
The light flashes again and hits the section of tile like right next to you. And you make it back. What are other people doing?
Kingsmail.
What? I'm scared.
Kingsmail Rue is really small. Look. I hold the thing up.
Well, that's over on the bell jar on the pedestal. You didn't pick that up.
Oh, I tried to pick it up.
Well, you said you tried to pick it up, and then Rue was like, "No, I tried to pick it up," and that's what triggered that.
Oh, like, wait a second. I'm too high for this.
You're too high for this?
Cramble holds out something. Wait, it's nothing.
Cramble's like, listen, Kingsmill was, I mean, Rue was there, and then now they're like really small, and I can't tell if it's because I'm high or if it's really happened.
But Rue is also here. See, look, I grab Kingsmill's hand and I poke the area.
Yeah, you're poking the body.
There's a body here, and it's still floating, and I like move it around.
Yeah.
Oh, just manhandling my bod. Rude.
You hear a tiny muffled voice say, "You're manhandling my bod."
Rue, are you okay? Cramble is freaking out. He doesn't know what's happening.
Does the light seem to be coming from the glass, or?
It seems to be coming from the gemstone and is reflecting off the glass and just hitting different sections of the floor at different intervals.
Oh. So
Do you think, Immel, you can use your dagger of retrieving to huck it at the glass jar and knock it off and free Rue?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and hit it with a stone.
Wait,
What's that?
I don't like either of those plans.
I'm gonna break it. Ugh, I chuck a stone.
You chuck a stone. Roll to hit.
Oops. 11.
11.
Plus 1 is 12.
Yeah. I was gonna say 11 won't do it, but 12 will. So you throw this stone, and it smacks off of the side of this bell jar thing, and it rocks back and forth a little bit, but doesn't quite fall off. Rue, who's inside, the whole room you're in shakes, and there's like a crack that goes down the side of it.
Oh my god. It's gonna break. We're all gonna die.
I don't think that's the way to do it.
Look, it's cracking. I'm gonna try it again.
Auden is gonna stop Immel.
just
Can I
grabs
just
him while picks him up.
I just pick him up like above the ground so we can't grab any more rocks.
Joke's on you, he's got rocks in his pockets.
Well, what do you suggest then?
I'm not sure if breaking it is the idea, is the way to do it. Kingsvale, do you have any ideas?
I don't freaking know. This is some crazy magic.
The tiles, is it like this is a chessboard or a checkerboard, and then this is in the center of it? Because
Yes.
the way you talk about the tiles, the light hitting the tiles, it's like it's hitting the walls, but there's no tiles on the walls, correct?
No, there's no tiles on the walls. It's more like it's hitting each section of the room. And because it is 9 tiles, with the pedestal at the center, it is like a checkerboard style. So it's
Okay.
hitting those different parts of the room, which is why it affected the floating characters, because it's not just hitting the floor, you know? It's hitting like that. I don't want to say quadrant because there aren't 4 of them, but that area.
Is there anything written on the walls?
There's not.
I mean,
I mean,
what are
we
we gonna
can
do then?
throw rocks at it and break it and hope that it frees Rue, or we can, like, I had a thought of hopping on the previously illuminated tile and try to like follow, if that's a thing, and maybe I can get close enough to put a bag over it so that it's not shining light anymore.
Interesting. You put me down yet, Onion?
Nope.
No, no, sir.
Just like holding you above his head. We'll find something for you to fight, and I'll throw you at it.
As long as you throw me accurately.
I can throw accurately.
No, I don't know about that.
So I don't know about that. Yeah, so what are you guys going to do?
Anand has a short-term memory and doesn't remember throwing you last session.
Geez, I don't know. I'll try that. Like, I'll watch the lights flashing on the tiles, and when the light is gone, I'll jump on that tile, and then I'll try to jump to the next tile that's illuminated when the light changes.
Sure. Okay.
And I've got a sack with me that I'm gonna try and, like, when I get close. But
You jump onto a tile, or I'm sorry, the light hits on one of the tiles. You jump from the doorway onto that tile. And then the light hits that same tile again because it is random, and I rolled the same tile twice in a row.
Okay, that's awesome.
So you need to roll a save versus petrification. I really didn't think I'd roll the same tile twice in a row, but it's what happened.
I rolled a 6 and it's a 14, so 6 plus 2, 8. So I failed.
Oh no! So everybody sees this because it's not invisible this time. Is Anger jumps on this tile with his sack, and then the light hits him, and you just see Anger, the spirit of Anger, sucked out from the eyes and mouth of the physical form of Anger, and is just dragged into this bell jar. At which point, also it grows smaller as it approaches. At which point it enters into the bell jar, and it is standing right next to Rue. You're standing right next to Rue. The body of Anger that was holding the sack just sort of falls over.
Do I? What? Where? How do we get out of here?
I don't know. But there's a crack there,
Okay.
and it doesn't look like a good thing. Maybe everybody needs to come in here. Maybe this is the next room.
Yeah. I mean the gem's there, and that's what we want, right? And I touched the gem.
Yeah, you can try and touch the gem. And you notice that even though you are sort of a spiritual, ethereal form, you do, when you touch the gem, it's not like you go through it or anything. You seem to meet it like a solid surface.
Same with the glass, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have my weapons on me, or am I just a spirit naked?
You're not naked, but you don't have any items on you. You're just
Okay.
I'm
just me.
You're just you. But you do notice, so the gem is on this little stand type thingy at the center of the pedestal, and then obviously there's this bell jar all around you. And the gem is just sort of intermittently glowing.
So, Onion, looks like we've lost 2 people now. What do you suggest?
I'm not sure. Elson, what should we do? Elson?
Well, either we can try to figure out a way to stop the light from shining, or figure out if there is a pattern and
Can I
avoid it.
just break the damn glass, see if that does anything?
I don't think you should do that, personally
not?
speaking. My retainer is in there.
I mean, seems like
And
everyone
what
else
if
is
that-
calling.
What if that means that their souls can't be returned
Interesting.
if they just die? I mean, maybe we can save them.
This is really hard. Who's got an idea?
I've got an idea.
Except for you.
That's not very nice, says Kingsmill.
Kingsmail! Get us out of this one!
Kingsmill's like, why don't we all jump in there and try to go for it once? Because the light only hits one place at a time, so it can't get all of us.
That sounds like the best version of a plan.
They can't arrest all of us. Kingsmill yells.
This is crazy, but I actually agree with Kingsmill this time.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all 5 of us?
So are you gonna carry me, Onion, or are you gonna put me down?
Onion's like, I'll carry you. It's okay. Together.
Okay, we need to figure out what tiles you're on, because I've been assuming when people have entered the room, you've been on tile like 1 or 2. But since now you're all going in and you can't all fit on one tile, we're gonna have to figure out. You need to tell me which tiles of the 8 you run onto. If Anand is still carrying Immel, you guys are on the same tile. but let me know what tile you're on. 1 through 8.
3.
6.
3 and 6. Kingsmill is going to be on tile number 5. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no. So Kingsmill jumps on tile number 5, and then the light immediately hits her. She goes, they can't arrest all of us, but they're arresting me. Oh, but she succeeds her save because she got a nat 20. So she's just like, no, I'm not going to prison.
Not today, Satan.
And she resists. What does everyone do?
So how close are we to the thing now?
You're pretty close, actually. You're within like 10 feet, so you could just move forward and try and grab it. You're basically surrounding it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to. Wait, there's still a glass case over it, though, right?
Yeah, there's that bell jar over it.
I will go for the jar. Take it off.
Okay. You grab the jar. Does anyone else try and grab the jar?
No.
Okay. You grab the jar. Make a save versus petrification.
I saved.
Cool.
14.
Yeah, you grab the jar and you feel this pull as it's trying to pull your spirit out of your body, but you just sort of grit your teeth. Oh, look at that cat. You sort of grit your teeth and raise the lid of the jar. You've got it for at least the moment. What do you do with it?
Somebody grab the gem.
As soon as you raise the jar, by the way, and you hear a whooshing sound as like air enters in there. I guess it was like an airtight seal of some sort. And the spirits of Anger and Rue both rush out back into their bodies.
Oh god. Oh my god, dude.
Also, now that the jar is not over the gemstone, the light isn't refracting off of anything, so the gemstone is just glowing slightly, but it's not hitting different areas of the room, and the glow is actually starting to recede the longer the bell jar is off of it. Who would like to grab the gemstone?
Why couldn't I have just broken the jar instead?
I need to put down Immel. Well, maybe it was a good idea. Last time you wanted to unfreeze the centipede.
Did you die from the centipede?
Anger will grab the gemstone.
Sure. You grab the gemstone. You're holding an object of intense evil because you still have that spell up, I believe.
Maybe? I don't know at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how long that spell lasts, but...
I think it lasts like 60 minutes or maybe longer. I don't know.
It might still be up then.
It was like 6 turns, and turns are 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it might still be up. We're getting to the end of it. But yeah, so it almost is like a searing, hot evil that you're holding in your hand. Hot evil.
Hot, searing evil.
Now that he's holding that, though, would Elson like to put down the bell jar? It still feels weird in your hands. Like it's still vibrating with this magical energy.
Like bad magical energy?
Yes. It still feels the same way it did when it was trying to suck you in. It's just that you're fighting against it currently.
Okay,
But
yeah, I'll put it down.
Okay.
Smash it.
She put it down and let go of it. And now it's not bothering you anymore because you're not.
I'll back away.
Sure.
You want to break that thing now, Emil? Not gonna stop you.
I attack it with a short sword.
Rolled it.
Your soul gets sucked in.
What? No, I rolled a 2.
Oh, you missed. Your short sword, or you don't really miss because it's an unmoving object, but your short sword just clangs off the side of it. You didn't hit it hard enough to deal any damage. But it rings. And yes, you now have the 3rd gemstone.
Can we go back the way we came? There seems to be some commotion down the hallway of people following us, scuttering.
Yes, that's...
Anand did say they were following you.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Probably.
What if Immel sits on my shoulders and we get a trench coat? We pretend to be a really tall, and he'll have the gemstone and he'll say, "Behold your god, back off."
Then they definitely won't
roll
wanna,
a really good charisma check and we'll be fine.
Yeah, they
Oh,
definitely won't want to kill you if you wear a trench coat.
Why would I want to be tall?
I got nothing with that. You're right.
You approach the central chamber.
Yes.
To move things along. You see that there was some kind of battle in here, but it has moved farther south. The door to the south was opened by... It looks like it wasn't blasted open, like it wasn't opened by force, but somebody opened it. And you can see to the south a short, wide hallway that seems to empty into a large chamber full of statues. Among those statues are a number of those horrific man-scorpions doing battle with a bunch of those goblinoid guys, several nomadic warriors, and one red cloaked figure towards the back who is firing off spells at them. None of them seem to notice you because they're a little ways off and they're a little preoccupied with killing each other.
I'm gonna casually walk up and finish this puzzle ritual thing.
Sure.
And put in a gemstone.
Plop that gemstone in there. You plop that gemstone in there. The whole thing glows. And the pool of water sort of glows red and then goes black. And then sort of shimmers. And you see it's as if this pool of water, which still you can still see the watery consistency on it, but it's as if it is reflecting the night sky. But when you look up, you see mostly the ceiling of this place and that little hole that you came down. No doubt up there it is nighttime, but the pool wouldn't like reflect those stars. Instead, it's just reflecting these crazy constellations that don't look familiar to you at all. And as you gaze into it, you can see far off in the distance in the image this gigantic formation of crystal. It's like quartz or something, and it's just like crimson red, just floating in space, and it seems to be getting like a little closer.
Are we still able to turn this wheel?
You can turn the outer wheel if you want.
Oh, but I can't turn the inner wheel.
The inner wheel does not turn.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys think we should go touch that stone?
Stone seems to be coming to us, but I don't want to wait because there's a big battle going on. Sorry, I'll whisper. There's a big battle going on over there.
So
I don't think they've noticed us yet.
Where's the battle again? It's in the other
to the south.
Hallway?
So remember how there was that barred doorway to your south? That doorway has been opened. Beyond it to the south is a large chamber, and currently in that chamber is a battle between a bunch of man-scorpions and the Crimson Duke and some of Rary's men.
Oh, if we turn the wheel the other way, maybe it'll close up the hallway again.
Yeah, and I'm like, turn it.
You turn
Spin it.
You turn the outer wheel, and the whole place starts to rumble and shake. And you see the northern entryway that you had made when you turned it before rotates out, and it rotates back to that bronze door. But the bronze door is now ajar. It has been turned into a jar. The bronze door is now. It is not. It doesn't look like it's sealed anymore. It looks like it's open, just like a crack.
What about the door to the south? Is it still open?
The door to the south is still open. You can keep turning the wheel and see if it closes it. Although when you turn it that time, the whole place shakes and rumbles, but nothing falls off the ceiling.
Gulp. How close is this giant red crystal?
It's still it's kind of hard to tell. You can't. It's the more you look at it, the more you're not sure if it's really close or it's just massive and it's still fairly far away.
Keep turning the wheel.
Would anyone like to... Kingsmill looks over and she's like, hey, we can go to the north now. Let's go there and not where this battle is, because this battle is scary. Also, I don't know what's up with that. That looks weird. She just points down at the pool of water. It looks weird. I don't want to touch that.
Agreed. It looks really weird.
Yeah, let's go north. And hopefully sneak past these things. Yes. That is what Anger wants to do.
Okay.
And Emo's going to finish turning the wheel.
Sure. You turn the wheel once more. You hear more of a grinding of stone. And this time, chunks fall off of the ceiling as the eastern hallway collapses. I need everyone who's on the ground to make a save versus petrification.
Oh, not again.
Keep turning that wheel. This place is going to fall apart.
I made it. 16.
I assume that makes it for you.
Yes, because I had a 14.
2.
12 from an 8. Oh, no.
Sen and Elson both made it over 17.
So Anand fails? Is the only one?
Yeah.
Anand.
Still have 2 retainers.
Well, you take 4 points of damage as rocks fall on you.
Ah.
Okay. Kingsmill is just like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to be in here anymore. She goes towards the north.
Wait, so did the hallway close up at all? Or?
The hallway to the south did not.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh well, let's go.
To the jar door.
To the jar.
Okay. You enter through this door into a large rectangular room. There are pillars that line the walls, decorated with carvings of Persian sphinxes, like some of the stuff you've seen before. So it's lion body, head of a man with a long beard, and most of them are winged. And at the end of the hallway is a large throne that is empty, and the whole place is very dark and dusty and quiet.
Any
torch?
Well, yeah, I've got my flaming mace to like illuminate. But Kingsmill, does this look like any of the runes and stuff that you were seeing earlier? Like, is this the throne?
Kingsmill runs forward and she's looking at the throne, and she's like, and there's like writing on it. She's reading it and she's like, this is good old Shadowdos's throne, all right, for sure. Wow. Definitely. This is his but this room seems somewhat empty. Where is the crown? And she sort of looks around.
Wait. I just had a thought. Is this Sen? So,
Hello, Sen.
If Shadowdos wears the crown always, and Shadowdos is like super evil, right? And all those gems were really evil. Did we just let Shadowdos out? Do you think that gem thing is Shadowdos and it's wearing the crown somewhere in there?
So
just an idea.
He was buried with it? Is that what you're thinking? And we just woke him up?
I think so. If what Kingsmill had translated was true, that Shadowdust wears it always, maybe it's like part of him right now.
I look underneath the throne.
That's
where I'd keep the crown.
You look underneath the throne.
Emo sits on the throne.
Emo sits on the throne. The
I
throne
do this
is
whole speech.
yeah, the throne is very uncomfortable. Anger's looking underneath it. Let's see. Rue, who's in there? Rue is still invisible and still levitating.
Yeah.
And still high. And Rue sees, crawling around on the ceiling down one of the back sides of the pillars, a large scorpion, man scorpion type creature. Seems to have the shape of a man scorpion, except the sort of carapace of the scorpion is all like molted. And you see that as it sort of comes into the half light of the flaming mace, you see the human part of the body is just all wrapped in bandages and is kind of like half limp. And on the head is a large conical crown. No one else notices this but you. You're actually pretty sure, because this thing is like deathly silent, you're pretty sure that this thing doesn't know you're there and is thus not trying to hide from your line of sight. And it is very quickly approaching the rest of the party.
Y'all, there's a scorpion guy coming towards you, and I'm gonna not be here, and I'll just push off.
Can I see this too? Can Cramble, I mean?
Are you still tied to someone when you're trying to push off?
I'm tied.
I probably am.
I'm tied to
Still tied to Cramble.
Cramble is still floating there, but slightly off to the side. I don't assume you two are right next to each other. I assume the rope has a little bit of length to it.
There's some slack.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Rue. Man, there's a lot of saves versus paralysis in this session. Make a save versus paralysis when you see that, because it's.
Oh, I failed.
Oh no, you are paralyzed with terror. Let's see. When you see this creature for the first time, you have to save versus paralysis or be paralyzed with terror. Paralysis can be broken only if the creature moves out of your line of sight.
No one notices nor cares.
No one knows.
So Rue wasn't able to warn us, is what you're saying?
No, I think you could probably still get some words out, but you can't move or perform any actions.
Scorpion guy approaches. Challenger approaches.
A challenger approaches.
Yeah, I'll
What?
turn and look and be like, "What?"
Where?
As I've got like my head underneath the throne. Here, crown. Here, crown.
You turn to look and you see this creature crawling down the side of one of these massive pillars. And like I said, the sort of sloping body, bandaged mummy style, wearing a large crown that seems to be like anchored to the head somehow, because the head's sort of lolling about and the crown is not falling off. But it is this large sort of conical iron, like black iron crown that has these very sort of ornate scorpion tails that sort of curl up it and come to a point at the top. There's like four or six tails sort of curling around it and coming up to a point. And this thing's crawling at you. You turn around, you see it. You need to basically anyone who turns around and looks at it needs to make a save versus paralysis or be paralyzed with terror.
Oh no.
I am paralyzed with terror.
Cool.
I make it, I think. Let me check. I rolled a 13. Yep.
12
8.
for Anand, which is which makes it.
Kingsbill's like, what are you guys all looking at? And she looks over and she's like, oh, that's horrifying, and hides behind the throne. She is not paralyzed, but she is quite scared.
And 13 for Cramble.
Cool.
So I think that both of them just barely make it.
Okay. Let's see here. The creature begins muttering something. And as it does so, I'm going to need everybody. Actually, you know what? That wouldn't happen yet. The creature seems to be attempting to cast a spell.
Should we roll initiative?
We're gonna roll initiative. So we're starting a round. Would anyone else like to cast a spell?
Nope.
I would, but I'm paralyzed. So right.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do a ranged attack.
Actually, Sen will cast magic missile.
Cramble and Onion are shooting arrows. Plus 2 arrows.
Who would like to roll initiative for the group?
I'll go.
Okay.
D6. Oh, I rolled a 2.
Well, you beat a 1, so congratulations. Yeah, this thing seems to be its decrepit hands start moving around, and you see these arcane glyphs begin to form, and you catch syllables of speech that seem to be similar to the sort of draconic arcane things that Sen and others say. You guys get to go first. So that would mean...
Magic goes off?
I'm sorry, what?
Does magic go off yet, or like what?
Ranged attacks first, and then magic, and then melee attacks. So everybody's making a ranged attack. Roll the
So
hit.
I'm rolling with throwing my dagger at it.
Sure.
Oh,
Um,
an 8. That's an 8.
No, 8's not gonna hit. The dagger goes goes right past the thing, clangs off of one of the pillars, and then disappears and reappears in your hand.
18 for Cramble
Okay.
and 15 for Anand.
18 hits, 15 does not.
Oh no. So that's 5 plus 3, 8 damage.
What? Let me tell me about this weapon you're using.
It's a bow with a +2 arrow.
Hey, that hurts him.
Does the arrow? I don't think the arrow adds to attack, just the damage.
I think it does add to attack. I could be wrong, but
Yeah,
you hit him either way.
Anand would have gotten a 17.
17 doesn't hit.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, how much damage did you say you dealt?
8.
Okay. Yeah, your arrow strikes right into the flank of the scorpion body, and the creature screeches, and its spell is interrupted. So spells go off.
Okay, magic missile does 5 damage.
Nice. Magic missile
It hits merrily.
hits this thing right in the side. All right. So let's see here. Melee attacks, but I don't think anyone's close enough to melee attack. No, unless someone wants to jump up real high or climb up the pillar to this thing. It's gonna.
Can I do an interaction?
What?
Can I do an interaction, like have Sen give Elson a dagger?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool. Elson has the magic dagger now.
Okay. All right. Now the creature is going to go. It crawls down the rest of the way and attacks. Let's see. Who shot it with an arrow?
Cramble.
Cramble.
Just floating up on the ceiling.
Oh, Cramble's floating up on the ceiling. Hard to get to Cramble. Sen is on the floor, and Sen shot it with a magic missile, so it's going to go after Sen.
And Emo's on the throne.
And Emel's on the throne, but Emel did manage to hit it, so it doesn't see Emel as a threat at the moment. Let's see. It's going to... yeah, its stinger is gonna shoot out to try and sting you. Yeah, that's gonna hit because that's a 22.
Oh yeah.
Make a save versus poison.
Wait, who's this hitting?
It's hitting Sen.
Oh no!
Sen's already had experience with this.
I did succeed against poison.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage from the stinger hitting you right in the chest.
I hate this job.
But you managed to shrug off the poison. And you just hear the creature muttering as its head sort of lopes to this from side to side. It's just like it's just saying, Tharizdun made me this way. And now that's its turn because its spell got interrupted, so it can't do that.
It's not too late to get therapy.
It's not too late to get therapy. Okay, top of the round. Would anyone like to cast a spell? This dude's gonna try and cast a spell.
Bramble will shoot another arrow. So no spells.
Are we just permanently paralyzed, or do we get another save?
Paralysis is broken if the creature attacks or goes out of sight. It doesn't say attacks you. It just says attacks. So that means your paralysis is broken, so for this round you are no longer paralyzed. And that means what's their face is also no longer paralyzed. Rue. Though no one would know. Would anyone like to cast a spell?
Yes, please.
Okay, you're casting a spell. The creature's casting a spell.
Sen will also cast a spell, and Rue still can't do anything, right?
No, Rue can do stuff.
Isn't Rue petrified? Scared?
As we just discussed, if the creature attacks, it breaks the terror effect.
It attacks like the party.
Yeah, it didn't. I assumed it would say attack like the paralyzed person, but apparently it doesn't say that specifically, so I'm not going to rule it like that. Who would like to roll initiative for the group?
I will roll initiative.
Okay, I know what number you got to beat.
4.
You had to beat a 5.
Dang it.
Okay, this spell is gonna happen. Pow, pow, pow. So the creature sort of weaves its hands, and it shimmers, and then 3 duplicates of it appear.
Oh no.
Wouldn't that mean triplicates?
Triplicates? It's triplets. I'm sorry. I actually have to roll for how many there are. 3 appear. I rolled the number I thought it was. Anyway, so yeah, you, Cramble and Rue can't tell if they're still just really high. But there's 4. There are now 4 of these creatures instead of just 1.
Dang.
They all seem to move in sync with each other. So
do they all have the arrows in them still, or just one?
They all would look exactly the same, so they would all have the arrows in them. But that's the beginning of his turn. Then he's gonna make a melee attack, striking out against someone. Maybe Sen again, or maybe someone else. I'm gonna roll to find out. Okay. The creature skitters away from Sen and attempts to dig its stinger into Cramble. No, not Cramble, because Cramble's on the ceiling. Anand.
Oh.
What's Anand's armor class?
14, I think.
It hits you. Save versus poison.
Save versus poison. It's like a million. It's not actually. It's 18.
Okay, you succeed. You take 3 points of damage.
Oh my god, that's not nearly as much as I thought that was going to be.
No, the stinger doesn't deal very much damage. It's the other stuff that deals damage.
Would I have died had I not succeeded on that save?
You would have 1 round to take anti-venom, and then you would be dead. So, let's move on. It is now the party's turn. Ranged attacks go off.
Yes. Throwing my dagger. It's a 14. Does not hit.
Your dagger does not hit, but it does connect with one of the 4 creatures, and that creature shimmers and poofs out of existence.
Nice.
So Cramble's shooting another arrow.
Yep.
18.
Cool. You hit another one of the illusory creatures, and it shimmers and poofs out of existence.
And it's gone.
There's only 2 of them now.
Crable is out of magic arrows.
Uh-oh. I thought there was 4 magic arrows.
Anand has the other 2.
Oh, I see. All right, so spells go off.
I cast Bless. Allies within a 20-foot square get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and a +1 bonus to morale.
Ooh, that's fun.
And I say, "We Jazz, protect us!"
We jazz, we jazz, we jazz.
Me jazz, you jazz, I jazz.
Okay, so yeah, you all get that spell goes off, and you all get the cool stuff.
I have some spells. Rue shall cast Magic Missile, and Sen will cast Web on the creature. So let's see. I don't see a save against web, so I guess I just do it. And it blocks off a 10-foot cube area. Creatures within the web become entangled. They can't move, but can break free depending on their strength. A creature with like normal human strength can break free in 2d4 turns. With magically augmented strength above 18 can break free in 4 rounds.
Okay. Giant strength. A creature can break free in 2 rounds. Who could have giant strength in this whole group? So
Onion. It's onioned.
It's onion.
It's onion.
So, it's flammable. That'll be fun. So yeah, you cast this and the creature's just all stuck in it. Then your magic missile shoots out and hits and destroys the last of the illusory copies. Melee attacks. If anyone's making a melee attack.
Anand is going in for a melee stab.
You run into the web.
Oh, right. Can I like move around him?
You're maneuvering around him, but the web is on him, so you can't quite get to him unless you go into the web.
I'll go into the web.
Okay. So creatures caught within the web become entangled by the tails. Creatures can't move, but can break free depending on their strength. Sure. Yeah.
You get out pretty quick. You're fine. You're a strong boy.
Oh, I'm super strong.
Mm-hmm.
Auden's gonna charge through the
Charge
web.
into the web. You're currently stuck in the web, but you are in melee with this creature. So I assume that what this means is when it says you can't move, is that you can still attack. You just can't go around places. You can't move, right? Like you can't walk around.
You can't move, it's hard to interpret these rules, honestly.
Will it?
But
I was trying to get
set it
around
on.
him.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to be behind him. Can I be behind him in the web?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. I realize you're like thinking like, do I want to let him get that backstab?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll roll +1 from Ouijas, +8 brings it to exactly 18. It's 9.
There you go.
+1 +8.
Are you using
+1 damage too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got +1 damage from the blast as well.
+1 damage. You're joking.
No, you get +1 to your attack and damage. It's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll stab him with my moonlight short sword.
Nice.
Oh, and that's a 6. +2 is 8.
Did you roll double damage dice?
I did not roll double damage dice.
Because your belt gives you that. Remember?
My belt gives me double damage dice?
Yeah. Yes. This entire time.
I thought I thought it just gave me +8 to damage.
No,
I
it
mean,
gives you
+8 to hit.
it gives you +8 to hit, and it doubles your damage dice.
All right, I'll roll another d6. It's 3, so it's 9.
And is that also counting backstab damage?
That's not counting backstab damage.
Count backstab damage because you're stabbing him in the back. He can't maneuver so that you're not.
20 damage.
Oh my god.
That was a lot of damage.
It was
That
a
was
lot
a
of
lot of
damage.
damage.
I had to walk you through it, but you did it.
Anand hasn't stabbed someone in the back in a really long, or stabbed anyone really
Oh,
for a
that is
very
funny.
long time.
All right. Okay. That's everybody, right? We're moving to
Yeah.
another round.
Yes.
The creature attempts to cast a spell. Does anyone else cast a spell? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. Okay. Someone roll
I want
initiative.
to ask you if this is a humanoid monster that I can cast Hold Person on.
It is not humanoid.
Okay, then never mind.
Cramble is also casting a spell.
Okay. Who would like to roll initiative for the group?
Kayla or Davis?
Davis would.
I can't.
I got a 6.
Never mind, David.
I also got a 6, so that means it happens at the same time.
Oh no.
Spell happens. Let's see. So, the creature is casting a spell. Ranged attacks technically happen first. Is anyone making a ranged attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
15 plus 4 is 19.
You hit.
Haha. And I do 3 plus 1 is 4 damage.
Cool. Were you using your +2 dagger?
Yes.
Then add 2 more to that because it's +2 to
Oh.
attack and damage.
Oh, okay, so that's 6 damage then.
Okay.
Really, it's +2. Wow.
Yeah, +2 weapons
Yes,
are +2 to hit, +2 damage. So
Last 30 minutes of this show, we will figure out how much damage we're actually
we've got
supposed to do.
15 minutes left in the season, and we're gonna figure out how damage works.
Right, though.
So, up next we have spells. Spells all go off at once. So,
Magic Missile from Cramble
okay.
deals 3 damage.
Magic Missile from Cramble deals 3 damage. Okay. A strange sprinkling of sort of glitter falls upon the group. We need you guys. Everyone save versus spells.
Man,
Anand rolls another 18.
that's I failed.
Okay.
And Cramble rolls a 9.
Cramble.
I rolled just under.
Literally all 3 of my characters failed.
Wait, does the bless work with this as well or no?
It says no because it's just attacks and morale. So I don't know what morale is, but it doesn't say anything about saving throws.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
so.
saving
okay.
throws.
So I roll a under. Oh well.
Okay, anyone who has failed their roll 2d6 as you feel somewhat confused.
Oh no.
I got an 8.
I got an 8.
An 8 means you do nothing.
Sorry, we're rolling what now?
2d6.
2d6. 6.
6 means you also do nothing.
Okay.
So
An 8 for Elson,
yep.
a 9 for Rue, and an 8 for Sen.
So the 8s do nothing. The 9, however, attack the you attack your allies on the 9.
Oh no.
Great. Fine, it's just Rue.
It's just Rue. It's fine. So most of you are just like, whoa. Except Rue, who's like, I'm so angry at everyone. They all ignored me because I was invisible.
Nobody pays attention to me.
Rue wants desperately to attack, and because the only things that can currently happen, because everything was happening at once, is melee. Rue wants to make a melee attack.
Against Cramble?
I think Cramble's the only one Rue can get to, right?
Yeah.
No. Well, Rue has the pole. I can technically move around.
Yeah, that's true. Cramble is probably the
friends with
closest
Cramble.
one, because you could just grab the rope and pull Cramble towards you.
Cramble's like just finished casting a spell. He's like, what?
Make your attack.
Die, Cramble!
Gets pulled into the smoke.
Also, when you attack, you become visible because it negates your invisibility spell.
It's true. I got like the crazy hair. I'm having a bad day,
You just
so
come out of the smoke, smacking me.
with the pole in one hand and my dagger in the other hand, I just rolled a and plus the bless. I rolled a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh god. Wait, does the bless affect damage too?
Yes, it
It's
does.
+1 damage.
I did 6 damage with my dagger.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna kill our own team.
Rue just comes in and starts shanking.
Almost.
Okay.
Melee attacks are up.
Well, melee attacks happen if you're currently affected by the confusion. You can't take an action.
Oh, that's true.
So, is anyone able to act right now for melee attacks? I don't think so.
Anand is the only.
Oh,
one.
Anand, yeah.
Cramble also failed the thing. though.
Oh, also the bad guy also makes a melee attack. They sort of get they get around, they sort of twist their body around toward Anand and are gonna attack you with a claw and a stinger at the same time that you attack it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's his. It's like a 19. 19 total.
I'm sorry, what did you say your armor class was?
14.
Oh yeah, those are both gonna hit. Let me know what your damage is.
Right.
You don't get sneak attack, but you still get double dice.
That's 006s
And the +1. for
plus two, +2 total for my strength score.
Yeah.
So that's 14. I can do math.
Yeah. Okay. And you are dealt.
+1 for bless, right?
Yeah, he
That was with the
calculated
+1.
that. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So he grabs you with his mummy hands, and you feel you feel no good. You take 4 points of damage as your flesh rots from his mummy hand grabbing you.
Yeah.
You need to make and the stinger shoves and starts stabbing, and it like goes around you, starts stabbing into your back, and you
Okay.
take 2 damage from that. And now I need 2 saves versus poison. One of them for mummy rot and the other one for scorpion venom.
Okay. Oh my god! My thing is 12. I rolled a 13 for the first one. And a 14 for the second one. Guess how much health Anand has. Okay? No, you can look at the sheet. Oh my god.
Dude.
So he was at 7. You
Mhm.
dealt him 4 and then 2. So he's at 1 now.
The one he's locked in combat with this horrible scorpion mummy.
He's
Also
just
this
stabbing.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, also as you're stabbing it, you're like it's like it's up on you now, and it's like legs are like you're getting into its underbelly and just carving stuff away, and as its chitinous carapace is being carved off, all this sand is just pouring out. But its body looks like it's not as together as it was. It looks like it's in pretty bad shape. So now we're at the start of a new round. Would anyone like to cast a spell? The monster is going to cast a spell.
Anand. Cramble.
Cramble's going to cast a spell.
Another magic missile.
Crumble's still alive.
somehow.
Cramble has 7 hit points. I mean,
We'll also cast a spell.
if
Okay.
you rate
Remember, if you're under confusion, you will have to roll. What is it? Versus spells. No,
Oh.
maybe. Let me check.
Wait.
Three.
We do that right now.
Yeah, each round. So I assume it's at the top of the round. So everyone who was affected last round by the confusion spell, roll versus spells right now.
I missed it. Should I roll 2d6 then?
Yes.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh, you get
Oh,
to attack
no.
your group.
Ooh, sorry, are we rolling to? You said roll versus spells to see if we're no longer confused.
Correct. That's what happens at the beginning
Okay.
of the round.
Then why did he roll 2d6? That's what I'm confused.
Because he
I
failed to
failed.
save versus spells, so he had to figure
Oh,
out what
okay.
he was going to do this round in his confusion.
So I did. I rolled a 16 and my save is 15, so I saved.
You save. Okay, cool.
Cramble rolled a 6, so it fails, and I rolled a 9.
You want to attack Rue right back.
Oh no, Rube's actually just broke out of it. So I'm like, oh god, what did I do?
And then Cramble gets crazy eyes.
Cramble's just like, "Ah!" Luckily, Cramble only has his.
Stab me. I deserve it.
He had his. He was about to cast a spell, so he's just got his fists and punch him in the face.
Okay.
Okay.
So the who would like to? So people are casting spells. Who
I
are-
have 2 more characters.
oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
Elson got a 4, and Sen got a 10.
I assume that's also a fail. Or no, I'm sorry. 4 and 10 on the D6 rolls.
Yeah, on the D6.
4 is actually you attack the caster of the spell. So you want to attack the bad guy.
Okay.
You just have to attack the bad guy instead of doing something else. And I'm sorry, the other one was a 10.
Yeah.
10 is also you attack your allies. So that character will be attacking their allies.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm gonna roll initiative. Michaela, why don't you roll initiative for the group?
Sure.
Ooh,
1.
6 again. Okay. The monster is going to take their turn first. They are going to cast their spell. Actually, do I want to cast that? Nah, I kind of just want to attack a bunch of times. So it's going to stab at or not gonna stab. It's going to one of its scorpion legs is going to try and stab at Anand.
Is he going first?
Yes, he succeeded in initiative. So as Anand is just like trying to carve away at the underside of this creature, the creature unfortunately gets the better of you and is a little faster, and one of the scorpion legs just rears back and then plunges right through your chest.
No.
And Anand coughs up some blood and
Made it
dies.
to the last session.
Yeah, made it all the way to the last session. Okay, Anand is out. The creature is then going to now that Anand is dead and no one else is within melee, it is going to spend this round the rest of its time breaking free of the webs. So it's just working on that. Now it is the party's turn.
Who do I attack?
You want to attack the person who's closest to you, and I'm pretty sure the person who's closest to you is Anger.
Okay.
But remember, melee attacks don't happen right away. Ranged attacks and spells happen first.
Ranged attacks. Does an 8 hit Anger?
No.
No.
Okay.
You,
He's
you
safe.
throw your dagger at him, and it just Imol just turns around and looks at Anger, and then screams and throws his dagger, and the dagger just boinks off your armor and then disappears back into Imol's hand, and Imol's just still very angry.
I just like point over there. Big monster.
Any other ranged attacks from anyone? Any spells? Spells go off. Any spells from anyone? Okay, start attacking each other.
I am no longer confused. Can I run into the scorpion webbing and smack it with my +4 to undead fire mace?
You can do that. Yes.
I would like to do that.
Put on the belt while you're there.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do that. That's a lot.
There's too many webs. You can't just grab the belt. It's all sticky.
15.
15 does not hit.
Dang it.
Although, as you swing your mace wildly, its fire catches on some of the webs, and the webs begin burning away because the webs are flammable, as I learned.
Which clearly hurts him. So.
Well, let's not say that. But I will say that you are not currently trapped in the webs because you've burned a bunch of them away. The webs are rapidly burning away.
Pick up the belt.
And I'll pick up the belt.
No, you can't just pick up the belt.
Yeah.
You're going to attack. So you swing wildly, webs bursting into flame around you as this creature rears back. All right, we've got... let's deal with Rue and the other one.
Wilson. Alright. Well, so Rue's fine. And I just got attacked, but I can still do a thing, right?
I'm sorry, what?
So Rue broke out of the confusion.
Okay.
Ideally, I'd like to cut the rope between us. Cutting ties.
Sure.
Me and Cranston.
Cut ties and try and drift away.
I would like to try to drift away with the bloody dagger and the pole, just yeet off and dive towards the web pile.
Sure. The monster.
Yeah, to try to make an attack with the dagger.
Okay, roll to hit.
That is a 12.
No.
Very.
Everybody else, do your things. Melee attacks that haven't happened yet happen.
Elson wants to murder people. Wait, no, Elson wants to murder the scorpion thing.
Yes,
right.
yes, he does. Do it.
With a magical dagger.
Mm-hmm.
That one is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Yay!
Tell me something. Don't bother rolling your damage. Tell me how you'd like to destroy this creature. How Elson would like to destroy this creature.
Ooh, so with this like faintly glowing magical dagger, he will do an anime slash through the webs, and as they go flying, he'll plunge it into the eye of this creature and just out the other side.
Nice. He does that, and the creature shrieks and falls over, convulsing, and its legs sort of curl up like that dying scorpion earlier, and its humanoid body sort of starts to fall to dust. And as that happens, the crown just sort of rolls off of its dusting head and rolls towards you, stopping at the feet of Elson. What do you do?
I pick it up and hold it.
Uh-huh.
They say, y'all think we have retrieved the scorpion crown.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah! Just then, you hear a mighty crashing sound as a gigantic crystal seems to collide with something in the distance. And looking back down towards the central chamber, this gigantic red crystal bursts out through the pool of water. All sorts of crazy, pulses of electricity, like red lightning, just arc off of it, and a crack appears in the side of the crystal. You hear a terrifying voice, not words that you can make out, but a voice that chills you to your very core. Something has been unleashed upon the world, and that's where we're going to end the campaign.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
This has been Secrets of Scorpion Crown. We're out of time, everybody. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed watching. We had a dramatic cliffhanger ending, which I figured was appropriate because I ended like half the sessions with cliffhangers. We gotta go so that Starlight Society can play their finale. So if you're watching, stick around, check them out. It's gonna be great. Really good stuff. I'm gonna go around real quick, Jordan, if you have a minute, to just everybody say who they are and give our final goodbyes.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I'm Jordan. You guys are awesome. I love you all. This was really fun, and thank you so much. I had a lot of fun, Lex. This was a really good game, so good job.
Very cool. Thank you so much for playing. Jordan has that great YouTube channel. Go check it out. Jordan, PH is silent. Michaela.
Hey, what up? I'm Michaela McBeats42, and you can find me and the things I do on Twitter for the most part. This is my last stream from my current house, which is pretty exciting. Thank you so much. Again, GM, this was fantastic and very enjoyable. I think all our slides just moved.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's good. But I will be at PAX West this weekend, so if you see me, come say hi.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so Wild Engineer.
Yes, hi, I'm Wild. I'm at Wild Engineer. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad I only managed to use 2 characters because I really didn't prepare the next 2. But yeah, this is great playing. It was really fun playing with all y'all.
Yeah. Thanks again so much for playing. It was very cool. You're gonna be running all sorts of cool stuff, so that's gonna be awesome. Davis.
I'm Davis. Dank Dungeons, Cramble and Onions, Anand for the first couple of sessions, and Onion for the rest of it. You survived for so long, yet there's so many ways to peel an onion, and this is what happens to this one. Sad way to go. Sayonara for now. This was an amazing game, Lex. Seriously, you're all really awesome. This is really fun. Great way to spend a summer, gotta say.
Yeah, summer campaign. Cool. Again, thank you guys so much for playing. I have been Lex. You can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. There is a pinned tweet on my Twitter that is my links to all sorts of places, including a Patreon, so you can support the things I do. A Teespring, if you want to buy a t-shirt or a poster for this campaign. Got that campaign art on there. And some other fun stuff, including the YouTube channel where you can check out the 3 seasons of Dank Dungeons, which Davis is in. So, check all that stuff out.
Oh my god, first episode, Mummy Slap.
Mummy Slap, yep.
You guys don't even know.
Dude, that Sammy Susaurus. So, it's a very silly campaign. But also, I want to point out that on the 7th, so not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after, the 7th of September, I will be coming back to the Greyhawk channel with my next BX campaign, Intrigue in the Ivory Kingdoms, which will be set in the Raj of Jahind in Greyhawk, which is like a fantasy India. It's going to be really cool, and I have really awesome players. So, again, follow me on Twitter, and you're going to get all the updates on that. It's going to be really great. Look forward to it. Again, thank you, everybody, for playing. You were fantastic. You were great sports, considering how brutal I was to you and how often. Oh, Davis left, and now all the windows are messed up. So, now we definitely got to go, because I'm not going to retool these windows. We're done. It's over. Thank you, everybody who's watched. Have a great evening, and tune in for Starlight Society coming up next.
Yes, bye.